Keto pancakes is what we've got on the menu today, but we're not just making any keto pancake recipe. We are making some ultra thick and fluffy Japanese souffle keto pancakes. And when I say thick and fluffy, I mean it. These are like the thickest and fluffiest keto pancakes you are ever going to make in your entire life. And the best part about these is that each one has less than 2 net carbs. So with that said, let's jump right into the good stuff. Make these pancakes. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is separate the yolks from the whites of 3 large eggs. However, we'll only be using 2 yolks to make today's keto pancake recipe, so I highly recommend saving that one that's left over and making one of my 1-minute keto cookies with it. Anyway, once we've got our eggs looking good, we're going to add 2 tablespoons or around 30 grams of heavy cream to our yolks, along with a half a teaspoon or around 2 grams of vanilla extract. Then we're going to start adding our dry ingredients, and as you're seeing here, we're starting that off by adding a heaping half a cup or 70 grams of blanched almond flour. Now, once we've added that, we're going to sweeten up our keto souffle pancakes by adding 3 heaping tablespoons or 30 grams of confectioner's swerve. However, monk fruit will work just as well, so if that's all you got on hand, feel free to use that too. Anyway, the next thing we're going to do is add a nice pinch of salt to our bowl, along with a half a teaspoon or 2 grams of baking powder. And that's actually going to do it for our ingredients. So as you're seeing here, we're going to mix those up until a thick batter forms, and then we're going to set that bowl aside and start working on our egg whites. Of course, whipped egg whites are a staple in any Japanese souffle pancake recipe, and these keto souffle pancakes are no different. Having said that, we're going to beat the whites until stiff peaks form in the bowl, and then when we've got that going on in there, we're going to transfer half of them into the bowl with our batter. Then we're going to give those a quick mix just until they combine, and then we can add the rest of the whites into the bowl as well. And again, we want to mix those into the batter until they just start to combine with it, because we want to keep as much air into the batter as possible. So basically, don't overmix it. Now, when we've got our batter looking good, we're going to get out an English muffin ring like this, but if you don't have one, you can always make one out of tin foil. Either way, you'll want to coat it and your pan with baking spray, and then heat the oil up on medium-high heat until it's hot. Then when it is, we're going to pour our batter into the mold until it's 3/4 of the way full, and then we're going to turn our heat down to low. Now we're going to let our pancake cook for a couple of minutes like this, and then we're going to add a tablespoon of water around the edges of it. Then when we've added that, we're going to cover the pan with a lid and let our pancake cook like this until bubbles start to form on the top of it. So once they do, we'll want to remove the lid and use a paper towel to wipe away any excess water or oil from the pan. Then we're going to use a very, very thin spatula to transfer our keto souffle pancake to a dish so that we can flip it properly. And as you're seeing here, to do that, you'll actually want to invert your pan and then press the souffle pancake into it so you can cook the top side of it without the batter spilling all over. Now, when we've got that flipped over, we'll want to cook the other side of our pancake for another 2 to 3-ish minutes before removing it from the pan and transferring it to a plate. And at this point, I like to let the pancake cool for a couple of minutes before loosening it from the mold with a very thin knife. That said though, all that's left to do is repeat this same process 2 more times, since this recipe makes 3 keto souffle pancakes, and then we can serve them up like this. And that, my friends, is how to make incredibly thick and fluffy low-carb keto pancakes. As always, for more info on today's pancake recipe, check out the video description below, and I'll see you in the next one.